Next up, we got College Football 25 Sights and Sounds. Now, this is a 2-on-1 video. You know what I'm saying? We got my boy Eric Mayweather. He got to have a full breakdown. You know what I'm saying? But this is the next trailer we got. You know what I'm saying? Now, we do know it's basically July. So, really, we can count down. We have about 21 to 19 days left until College Football 25. You know what I'm saying? And I cannot be more excited. I'm not going to lie to you. I cannot be more excited. You know what I'm saying? Everything looking amazing. At this point, bro, we just have to see the actual game. We have to actually play the game at this point. You know what I mean? They promised us a lot. Let me know in the comments, too. Do y'all still have a lot of faith in this game? I was going to react to the Madden trailer. Let me know in the comments. Do y'all want me to react to the Madden trailer? I just feel like no one cares about it. You know what I'm saying? Especially this year, since this game coming out. But if y'all want me to react to it, I still will. You know what I'm saying? But hit that like button, hit that sub button. Let's just hop into it.
Hey everyone, Kirk Herbstreit here, and welcome to the EA Sports College Football 25 Sights and Sounds Deep Dive. We designed College Football 25 with a philosophy that
I'm not gonna lie, the mascots already look amazing, bro. Every single one.
Team is somebody's favorite. So to create a truly authentic and immersive game day experience, we gave a little love to every single school in the game.
Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown.
Let's take a closer look. It was a massive undertaking to research and recreate unique team traditions.
Okay. Hey, that's lucky
and in
hard.
EA Sports College Football 25, you'll get to experience all kinds of iconic pageantry, from stadium environments to turnover celebrations to mascots. Finer details like crowd theming, touchdown traditions, and rivalry content truly help set the game day atmosphere. Players on some teams touch a sign for good luck on their way to the field. Cheerleaders and marching bands create human tunnels and classic formations during team intros, and pyrotechnics light up stadiums. We've got mascots on push-up boards, riding motorcycles, planting flags, and animals charging down the field. Ultimately, we know that
this is the question, though. When are we going to see this? Like, are we going to see this in the beginning of every game? Because you got to think about how Madden, like, when you get, like, say you playing online, when do you see, like, any type of, like, introduction? We don't ever see, like, introductions. I'm wondering, is this going to be, this maybe for, like, the story mode, the franchise mode, maybe in those modes, but I think when you playing online, I don't think you're going to see it, right? Unless they do bring it back. Because I remember back in the day, they did have something like that. Like, you used to, like, especially, like, the Super Bowl, they had like a whole introduction. You know what I mean? It was just like everything was like so authentic. So if they do show us like a little 5-second clip, you know what I'm saying, of the teammates going or the team going out the tunnel and showing all this, that would be nice.
Team comes in a different shape and size, and in EA Sports College Football 25, you can experience them all. Aside from the action on the field, we all know what truly makes college football so electrifying: the fans. In order to recreate the intensity and authenticity of a college football crowd, we partnered with ESPN to capture crowd reaction audio from some of their biggest broadcast games.
Yo! So they got actual music. That's a W. I'm not gonna lie. That's a W. That's a W. That's a W, bro. No cap. No cap. Okay. All right. All right.
For some
matchups, just don't get me copyrighted though, please. I ain't trying. You know what I'm saying? Mid game, I'm getting copyrighted, especially because that's. Oh, say okay, never mind. But I know in Madden they had the little momentum thing where if you was like down or if the other team like made like 2 good plays or whatever, and then they stopped you, if you go back on offense, or say like the team score, and then they catch a pick 6, and then you go back on offense. Then it had like the momentum. They have a whole bunch of momentum, and then you know what I'm saying. So I'm guessing that's one of the times it's gonna happen. But it's looking like right now, just the beginning of the game. Just straight, and that's really how it is though, because everybody hyped for the game. You know what I'm saying? They want their team to win. This is exactly how it is. So okay.
For some matchups, you'll be greeted by a colorful crowd theme painting the seats. Whether it's a whiteout, a blackout, or a stripe the stadium theme, it's all in the game.
See, I actually like that how they actually tried when it comes to fans, because usually they never try, bro. I always been saying that too, especially for Madden 2K. Like, bro, the fans are just NPCs. I mean, they are NPCs, but they're just not. They're like an NPC, but they're like an NPC of an NPC. That don't even make sense. They don't even make sense, but they do, because they like not even real people. They do like they like one animation. They do like one animation the whole game. You know what I'm saying? And especially when like the ball go out of the bounds, it's like you can like kind of, because like the camera zoom in on the stands. It's like this, they don't be doing that. They not like in tune with the game. It's like they, you know what I mean? So I'm glad that they actually. But I don't know though. That's still we just remember, this is all just clips. You know what I'm saying? They put this together. So in the game, they might still do the same shit, low key. You know what I mean? But by this trailer though, it looks like they actually doing something.
It's all in the game. Unique fan sections will be leading cheers with painted chests, team-specific hand signs, dynamic wardrobes that change based on the conditions,
snow
and custom chants.
That's a wrap. Kirk and I did some joint recordings. It is an incredibly detailed process.
He wasn't kidding. We spent hundreds of hours laying down commentary for every game scenario you can imagine.
It's a pick two to win the game in overtime.
What the fuck? That nigga said a pick two.
Imagine.
It's a pick two.
A pick two? Oh my God. No, I ain't gonna lie, that is W though. Overtime, imagine? That's insane. No, that's actually insane. No.
Win the game in overtime.
The broadcast team also includes Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, and Reese Davis. To make it game day every day this season, pre-order the MVP bundle.
Hey, look, I got it. You know what I'm saying? I actually didn't go back on my PS5 and look at it, to be honest. Now I think about it. All right, we got my boy Eric Mayweather.
The latest deep dive for College Football 25 is finally here. It's been a few weeks since we've gotten one, but today EA delivers the presentation deep dive for College Football 25. Now, also keep in mind, Dynasty and Road to Glory will be coming soon. We'll probably get one of those next week as well. But let's talk about presentation today. You're going to have a trailer playing in the background. They did drop a new one, but I'm going to be going over the blog on their website, which has much more detail than the trailer showed. We'll have a lot of different video clips and screenshots to look at as well, which is going to be really cool. Now, on their website, they start off the blog by reiterating that during the development, one of the biggest things that the team focused on was that every team is someone's favorite team, and that led the focus on ensuring the presentation contained as much detail, sights, sounds, and traditions of all the 134 FBS schools as possible for College Football 25. Starting out with the sights and sounds, it says, picture this. You are playing as Penn State getting ready to take on your opponent. This all starts with your team running out of the tunnel to Zombie Nation blasting and the whole stadium chanting, "We are Penn State." We recreated that feeling, sound, and visuals of pregame as if you were down on the field with them. There is nothing like it, and we wanted to make sure that you could experience that same feeling that these players have when you are walking out as your favorite team. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot more examples of this for every team, but they're just giving you a quick example of one of them right there. Runouts. To nail down that authentic feeling of college football, the school atmosphere is where it all begins. Walk out of the tunnel with 100,000 family and friends screaming for you, supporting you. We stay up close and personal with our camera style throughout the game. This is done so you can feel the excitement with your epic runouts for each team and feel like you are just as much a part of the team as the real players.
Yes, sir.
Traditions. Game day tradition is a key element of what separates Saturday from Sunday all around the country. Knowing this, we went to painstaking lengths to build out and capture the sites.
I like it. Oh, actually, no. From this, I actually see like it looked the same. But I do like how they got the colors though. You know what I'm saying? Because I think, now I think about it. In Madden, they have every single person has the same exact fit on. You know what I'm saying? And it's like every person has the same exact fit on, and it's one character model. But it looks like they have different shirts. You know what I'm saying? So it matches what the team has on. You know what I mean? Because how are you at a home game and every fan in the stands have all white on? You feel me? And you wearing all black or all blue. You feel me? It's like
sounds of college football.
So I like that.
Motion capture was the key to ensuring the accuracy and detail of all the props, from historical items to the brand new traditions of game day. Every prop was built to its accurate size and weight, then mocapped in a studio, allowing real people to interact with them. Simply using a stand-in object would not replicate authenticity. The size, scale, and weight had to be hand-built to make the traditions come to life. This means when your players grabbed the massive Commander-in-Chief trophy after a huge win, it looked different than a celebration with the Floyd of Rosedale. We even built a 2-story ramp to replicate the hill for the Clemson runout. We hired stunt actors to give us their best jumps in the middle of the hill and run down that ramp like they were getting ready to meet their rival for their biggest game of their lives. We built the Notre Dame stairs leading down to the classic tradition of tapping on the "Play Like a Champion" sign. For Purdue, we built the rotating bass drum to pay off their pregame show. We even have the Oregon Ducks motorcycle built out of wood. For the Gators tunnel, we traveled to Gainesville to get an exact scan of the Gator statue that the players tap on their way from the locker room to the field. We also created a prop with the exact height to mocap tapping the gator head, then walking down the tunnel to the swamp sign overhead. While these are just a few examples of the lengths we went to, you can be sure there is something for fans of every team. We're talking cannons going off for kickoffs and touchdowns, smoke for UCF's touchdowns, and all the way to the fountain at Arkansas State. Now, if you're still here at this point of the video and you're liking the content and you don't want to miss out on any of the other upcoming college football content like the Dynasty Deep Dive, Road to Glory Deep Dive, and the gameplay videos that we're going to be getting very soon, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on so you don't miss these videos when they go live. This is the current sub count, and I'm trying to get to 600K before the release of this game, so if everybody watching just subscribed, we could hit that number in a few days. Now let's talk about the mascots. Speaking of game day, mascots are one of the most fun aspects of college football.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, now this is exactly what we like. The blue, white, I love that. Okay. And then I love how much detail, because these pictures are like 4K, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that we can see some actual, like, real quality. You know what I mean? I love quality.
The variety and detail is unmatched. Of game day, mascots are one of the most fun aspects of college football. The variety and detail is unmatched across sports. This encompasses everything from humans in massive costumes to real animals. For the mascots, we initially did a lot of internal research for each one, checking on what's unique about each mascot and what do fans enjoy about them the most. For example, Texas Hook'em was fun as he had follow me eyes, and the team worked to get that same level of practical effect in the game. Along the way, we talked to alumni and our school contacts to find out even more little details. Mascots such as the Stanford tree that change every year, or even animal mascots that grew over time, such as Ralphie from Colorado. We did adjustments on her as she aged into her reigns. Fun things that we learned along the way, like how Boomer and Sooner have the OU logo painted on their hooves. I know that we couldn't touch on all the mascots we have in game, but be sure to check out all of your favorite schools and see what unique quirks you can find out about them. So far it sounds like they're putting a lot of detail into the game, to every team's signature run out, to the different traditions, to even having all the little quirks to each mascot to be accurate. That's the type of stuff we want to see in this game. That's what will differentiate it from other games that have been out there in the past. How much detail is actually in this, and with there being so many teams and so many passionate fan bases, this is the type of stuff we want to see. Really quickly, I want to shout out today's video sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. If you like money and you like sports, then you've got to be on Underdog Fantasy. They hit, I know they might for you. Underdog Coin, Now they also mentioned the turnover traditions. It says not only do we have the classic school traditions in the game, but the new era of traditions, including turnover and touchdown props, made it into the game as well. All this action takes place during gameplay, and examples of what you might see are chainsaws, championship belts, basketball hoops, and even a throne.
I ain't gonna lie, that's hard. That's hard. So now, dang, I ain't gonna lie. Bro, I'm gonna be so mad, bro. Especially if I'm getting blew out, which is very rare, by the way. I never lose. But if it's a rare case that I am losing, and I throw a pick six, and they do it Oh my God, bro. It'd be so bad.
See your chainsaws, championship belts.
Look, bro, pointing at me.
Placed during
Is he
gameplay, and
pointing at me?
examples of which you might see are chainsaws, championship belts, basketball hoops, and even a throne. So again, each team is
Don't
going
laughing
to
at me,
be
bro.
replicated, not only just with the crowds and with the chants and with the runouts, even the things they do after certain touchdowns, after certain turnovers, or what they might do if they win a big rivalry game with their trophies. All that little detail is going to be in the game. Moving along here, it says, where you play is one of the most important aspects of your college football experience. We are proud to say that we worked hard to deliver as many stadiums with as much accuracy as possible. This was achieved by visiting local venues such as the University of Florida to gather detailed references from every corner of the stadium that we could possibly find. For schools that were further away, we requested reference materials, and over 80 schools responded, providing an average of 1,000 photos each, amounting to a staggering amount of nearly 80,000 photos to reference from. Additionally, we plan to update stadiums post-launch as we receive new architecture and designs from schools so that College Football 25 is authentic to everything you see on Saturdays. To streamline the stadium creation process, the team utilized a specialized stadium toolkit that allowed us to develop all the essential structures for a stadium in record time. Things like tunnels, stairs, and stands are crucial to the authenticity of a college football stadium, and this tool allowed us to create that experience for you. This toolkit enabled artists to focus on creating unique architectural details and implementing real-time lighting effects, ensuring that each stadium was both accurate and visually stunning. This efficient workflow allowed the team to meet the ambitious goal of building over 150 stadiums within a single production cycle while maintaining high quality and attention to detail. And getting 150 stadiums in the game is just simply no small task. That takes a lot of time to do, and to get every stadium accurate to real life, that is a lot of work that has to go into that. And the fact that they're delivering a game with that many accurate stadiums is pretty incredible, to be honest. Now we got to get to the sounds of the game, because this is where this game is really going to stand out more than any other football game ever has. And it says, as we were getting the sights locked in, we knew the sounds would be just as critical to nail the soundscape of college football. The feeling of being at a game, the crowd, band, cheerleaders, chants, PA music between plays is unlike any other sport. So let's talk about the crowd noise. Over the last 2 seasons, we worked with ESPN to capture crowd audio straight from their broadcasts. And they mentioned getting audio from places such as Death Valley, for example, and they said that this content will function as our crowd noise, swells, and reactions that you'll experience in every game that you play. They even mentioned being at the overtime game between LSU and Alabama in 2002, where LSU won with that 2-point conversion at the end. They were there, they got the sounds for it, so that's going to literally be in the game. And they said in addition to that game, they also captured crowd noise from 41 games in places like Oregon State, Georgia, Florida State, Texas, USC, Auburn, you name it. They went all over to get authentic crowd noise, and it will be in this game.
We partnered with ESPN to capture crowd reaction audio from some of their biggest broadcasts.
Moving on to the fight songs, it said that they utilized an amazing group of musicians who were just as passionate as they were in getting these songs right. Many were previous students and alumni from schools like Oklahoma, North Texas, Vanderbilt, USC, Auburn, and Tennessee. And not only did they get the team's fight songs, but they also recorded some of the other things that you hear in between plays or during pressure moments throughout a game. Examples of this would be Go Gators or Roll Tide.
See, now that I think about it, see, this is what I mean. I just thought about it. So this is how we can see these type of cutscenes, like how they doing this. So like say it's overtime, overtime, and you just called a timeout, and they show this, you know what I'm saying? They show this little 5-second cutscene before you can pick your play again. That's, you know what I mean? That shows you like you're really in the game. Then the crowd is loud, and you hear them having the actual chants they use. W. That's a W.
Throughout a game. Example of this would be Go Gators or Roll Tide Roll for those stadiums. Now let's talk about the crowd themes. It says another example of what makes college football so special are the theme games when the crowd comes together in unison to create a pattern across the stadium. From the checkerboard pattern at Tennessee to the triple stripe layout at Boise State. We have over 170 different patterns for schools that have them in real life. Each seat in the stadium was hand set up seat by seat to match the patterns. Also, if your school has multiple themes, those are in there too. Here we have the stripe out, the helmet stripe, and then to one of the most electric atmospheres in college football, the whiteout game. So even down to how the crowds sit for certain big games, that is replicated in College Football 25, which again just shows the level of detail they are giving us with this game, which is amazing. Here's a huge one because I've been getting a ton of questions about this, and truthfully, I didn't know the answer, but it's here today. We have the answer. Dynamic attendance. A new feature to help bring more authenticity to the game revolves around attendance levels in the stadium. To help paint a better picture, here's a great example from one of our team members who was playing a dynasty with FIU. During the first couple of games, the stands were not very full, which resulted in a lower home field advantage stadium pulse. Once he landed a big win on the road at Indiana and the team record was 7-0, the stands were becoming more full to start the game. By the end of the season with a 10-1 record and finishing in the top 25 rankings, home games would result in sellout crowds, and the home field advantage pulse meter was now rocking high on the way to the conference championship. So yes, dynamic attendance is in the game, something that to our knowledge the NFL won't allow in Madden anymore. It must be full crowds. Not in this game. We don't have those restrictions. We don't have people saying,
what? The NFL don't allow that, bro. See, this is what I be talking about, bro. Like, and you don't even want to know the reason behind why they take certain stuff out the game. I don't even want to know the reason. I don't want to know because it's gonna be something stupid. So I'm just trying to save myself from getting mad. You know what I'm saying? But I know it's dumb, bro. I know it's dumb.
in Madden anymore. It must be full crowd.
Because they probably gonna say like, oh, they took it out because they don't want people to think that the NFL has low attendance, which paint a picture of them not selling. You know what I mean? Because think about it, NFL supposed to be like the top of the top. So if there's no fans at the NFL stadiums, that's a problem. That means that the NFL as an organization is going down. So that's probably something like that. They don't want to paint a picture of them being, I don't know, bro. Whatever, bro.
Crowds. Not in this game. We don't have those restrictions. We don't have people saying you can't do this, you can't do that. You've got dynamic attendance in the game. So your smaller schools that maybe aren't winning a lot of games, they're not gonna.
And then low key, if you really think about it, I wonder if that goes into why EA doesn't do certain stuff in like all the Madden games. Now I think about it, because the Madden games. Like, what if EA really wanted to do a lot of stuff, but they just couldn't? Like, they really can't do that much because the NFL is so strict. Maybe that's the reason. So the whole time we talking about EA, is it really EA? Now, the only thing we really can say about EA is the gameplay. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah. You still go back to the gameplay. Is the game, how does the game feel and stuff like that? So, it is, I think it's probably 50-50. EA is, NFL is restrict, and then EA is just like, what? Don't care about the gameplay.
Have full crowd. You're gonna have to earn that, which I think is great. To finish up on the crowd stuff here, it says, in addition to seeing the unison of the crowd come together for key matchups, each stadium is set up with its band section, away visitors section, and student section. All schools are equipped with pageantry props accurate to real life, such as pom-poms at Michigan and Tennessee, towels at South Carolina and Pitt, and even the tiger tails for Missouri. But what about those high energy student sections? It says the student section is the lifeblood of the stadium that brings the energy, passion, and emotion that spreads across the full stadium, creating that over-the-top college football atmosphere that we all love. We all know what the student sections do all game: stand and cheer. So in the game, the student section stands the whole game cheering on their team. We face captured both male and female actors screaming at the top of their lungs to recreate those high-intensity third down moments. Not only are the big moments captured, but also the heartbreaking ones. Anyone remember the surrender cobra? It's in the game. Just don't miss that game-winning field goal, and you will be spared. So again, when I say attention to detail,
we might gotta look that up. We might gotta look that up. I'm not gonna lie. Surrender cobra. I'm a surrender cobra.
This is it right here. I don't know how much more detailed you can get than this. But that's not all. They've got even more. Hand signals. It says, next, we researched schools and captured each team's hand signal traditions. During pregame runouts and after positive plays throughout the game, you will be able to see the fans supporting their team. And a few examples that they gave of this was Wisconsin's W, Miami's U, Nebraska's Bones, Duke's Bull City, Oregon's O, Texas A&M's Gig 'em, South Alabama's J-Hand. So even some of the smaller schools, they have them too. And It says plus many more. They listed a bunch on their site, but basically, if your school has some type of a hand signal or something they do, it's going to be in the game. But what about the crowd chants? We haven't talked about that yet. Well, let's get into it. It says another huge addition essential to college football is stadium-wide chants. And it says for the schools that they weren't able to visit, they went on top of the parking garage at the Orlando studio and yelled out each chant over and over to nail down the pace and accuracy for each chant needed. 11 sessions later, we ended up capturing over 220 chants for the game. From OHIO for Ohio State to the third down chirps for the Cardinals of Ball State. We've covered as many as possible. So they've got some real ones from the games they were able to attend, which was a bunch. So they probably got, over 50 from actual real crowds. And the ones that they couldn't get sent in to them, they just recreated them themselves. And it says not only will you hear the chants, but many are timed to the mass crowd movements like Let's Go Blue, with the crowd pumping their arms into the air 3 times, or the war chant with the whole stadium doing the tomahawk chop. A few other examples they listed on the site was Texas Fight for Texas. They've got Rock Chalk Jayhawk for Kansas. They've got Georgia Southern's Whose House, Our House. And they said even SEC schools will chant SEC, SEC, SEC. Basically, again, whatever chant you can pretty much imagine from your school or maybe even for a conference, it's in the game. Now let's move on to the commentary. It says any experience in our games isn't complete without the voices to speak the action to the field. In College 25, we have 2 iconic broadcast teams lined up for you. The celebrated team of Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit will be on the call for your Dynasty and Road to Glory seasons when your weekly matchup is declared the game of the week. They will also be present if you reach a conference championship game, each game of the College Football Playoff, and the College Football Playoff National Championship game. And it says, referring back to the Thursday night broadcast in the final years of our original iteration, the legendary crew of Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollock will be on the call for the other games on your Dynasty and Road to Glory schedule. And it says each commentary team will be available in play now when you're looking to just get a quick game in.
It's a pick 2 to win the game in overtime.
It said the team recorded over 68,000 lines over 870 hours, and all of it was recorded remotely in the talents' homes. They also mentioned studio updates. It says, as a fan of college football, we know that week-to-week games are happening all the time. Through studio updates, you'll be informed of the latest news from around the country. Longtime ESPN studio host Kevin Connors will be jumping in from time to time to call out national upsets, scores for games you care about in your conference, or updates on how your rival is doing when in Dynasty.
Oh, wait. So does that... Wait. So they're talking about, like, how you watch... latest news from around. Yeah. So like, how you watch the game and they might have like the scoreboard at the bottom for the other game that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Or say like at a timeout. When you actually watching a college football game, it's a timeout, and then they'll put on the other big game from that day, while it's a timeout in that game. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So they gonna do the same thing, but within like the game. That's hard. I ain't gonna lie, that's hard.
For games you care about in your conference, or updates on how your rival is doing when in Dynasty mode. These updates will happen whether you are playing in Dynasty, that is offline or online. For an online Dynasty, you hear about scores from other members in your Dynasty.
So Dynasty, I ain't gonna lie, Dynasty, yeah, that's people say it too. Like playing online, which online is probably still good, but the Dynasty mode, like that's probably gonna be the most time and effort they put into the game is in Dynasty. So we definitely gotta do Dynasty. I never played Dynasty ever. I feel like is Dynasty is franchise mode, right? I think so. So I think so if I should practice, right? If I should practice, should I just play franchise mode on Madden? Is that the same thing? I don't know. Let me know. Cause I could start a little franchise mode just to get my feet wet, you know what I'm saying? So I know what I'm doing once I get on here.
That is offline or online. For an online Dynasty, you hear about scores from other members in your Dynasty if they have already finished their matchup that week. Moving along to the celebrations, it says no season is complete without a championship celebration. Celebrations come with the glamour, flair, and the most important aspect of it all, the hardware. We built each trophy from scratch, matching the weight and dimensions of real-life trophies such as the national championship. After building the foundations, we brought the trophies into our motion capture studio and had the team holding the trophies as if they had just won. We did this to maximize our authenticity. When you celebrate in game, you will see players actually feeling the weight when they hold up the championship trophy. And the last thing they mention here is the picture-in-picture and game flow. It says presentation is not just about the visuals and audio, but how the game flows and feels from play to play. We have built a whole new look and feel to the game that takes our authentic atmosphere and pageantry, wrapped it into our streamlined picture-in-picture dynamic play call experience. So basically, this is in between the plays when the camera kind of zooms out and you go to the play call screen. You still have the picture-in-picture that goes around the stadium, and you'll see what's going on with the crowd and the players.
This actually reminds me of like the OG Madden though, because this is exactly how it looked. It looked something similar to this. It had that, and then it had the, what was it to the right? Let me see if we can look at it. Let's see if we can see it real quick. Like Madden, it's probably like, let me see this Madden 08 play screen, pick play. Let's see. Do I have it? Yo, I ain't gonna lie. We really gotta appreciate how much graphics it looked, bro. Cause back in the day, bro, this was trash. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, bro, if I was playing this in today, bro, you know how mad I'd be, bro. Look at this. Wait, let's see. Madden 08, the AI lets the clock run out. I look how they just run around, bro.
Number 84 on the carry. Gain of 12 on the play.
See, even these this is what I'm talking about.
This
Even these
kick will be
animations.
from
Look at this.
26 yards.
Look at these animations. Yep, this is perfect. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, they said the AI lets the clock run instead of kicking the game when the field goal. Wait, who they losing? Wait. Oh, they losing. Yo, what the fuck?
The score is
Bro, you're playing against an AI, bro. I mean, what could you really expect? Bro, in a close game with an AI, bro, you are a bot. No, now if you play like all bad, oh, here you go right here. Yep, this is what I'm talking about. Here you go right here. Yep, look at this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. See, I knew I wasn't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Real Madden knowledge. And I told y'all I didn't really watch you know, the games and stuff like that, or like real NFL. But I played the game. You know what I'm saying? I was just a gamer, bro. So I remember stuff like this. But this is like, yeah, this is, yep. This is how something like how, yep. And honestly, I feel like this scoreboard, I like this scoreboard too. They got a scoreboard at the bottom now. We got to see. You know what I'm saying? I really just say I like the scoreboard just because my camera going to be bottom left. You know what I'm saying? But it really don't matter. Okay.
But you also have another tab where it'll show you important information, and they gave examples of what type of information you can see here, such as the stat compares. You can compare today, season, career, and last week versus opponent stats. It'll show you impact players, who they are, why they're impact players, and showing their abilities. Okay. You can see the rankings in here, top players from around the country and TDs, rushing yards, etc. It'll also show you rankings for conference, media, and coaches poll, and potential playoff brackets. You can also view your wear and tear in here, your field goal kicker range, and much more. It says we have over 400 panels to keep each game feeling fresh and new. So even down to the picture-in-picture panels at your play call screen, they've nailed presentation here. Now, if you want to know every single detail about gameplay for college football 20,
this game is going to be amazing, bro. I cannot wait. Let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this game. Hey, what's your predictions for this game? I love y'all.